Hello teacups, what's brewing? I've been away for a little bit. I do apologise. I tried to get something up for members the other day, but aside from that, I haven't been on here much. So very sorry. Oh, give me a second. I don't know how this cup of coffee is going to go. It tastes different, but not terrible, which I realise someone should probably tell my face. I feel weird not doing my react without a cup of coffee in hand. However, recently coffee has been messing with my sleep, and I don't even mean late coffee. I mean like, okay, some point in the afternoon, and now I'm not sleeping. So even though it goes against an intrinsic part of my soul, I have bought some decaf, and just so when we're reacting late, I can still have something, but I'm not fully decided on it. So as I say, I haven't really been uploading for Foodie. And it wasn't the busyness. I have been busy, but it wasn't really the busyness so much as I found it pretty unwatchable recently. I've been sort of keeping up, but it doesn't really seem to matter when I don't, you know? So I've been watching her through other reactors for a little bit just to kind of give me something. Maybe I was just a little bit burnt out, but I don't react to her that much. She's just that boring. But there were a couple of little things I did want to react to, but it just wasn't really worth a whole video. And obviously her hamster died, and she decided a public burial on a beach where dogs could dig him up, and showing the body on camera, of course, and then going for a mocha was obviously the best way to honour him. I'm not kidding about the dogs, by the way. I have a friend of mine who recently lost her cat. She was very upset, and she was told by the vet, don't take her out to a public park or a beach. Not because it's not allowed, but because if you do that, it'll get dug up. So we had that, and then what I'd actually planned on reacting to today was her quitting her live because someone was sniping her. But as I was getting ready to come on, she uploaded what we're actually reacting to, which was her barbecue wings mukbang. Because the stuff about her quitting came up during it. That was her discussion point for the video. So I may as well do this one as the most up to date. So let's get into this because it's not going to be a long video, I don't think. Famous last words, I always say it. It's not going to be a long video, I don't think, but it's going to take me time to edit.
Well, hello guys, hello. Welcome back to another video.
Hello. Oh, she's a little bit loud. I don't have a special mic or a feed through her audio, so it has to be loud enough to pick it up on the camera, but I'm not sure how loud it is until I watch the edit back, so sorry about that. I have about 7 pixels on my screen because when I download these videos, they don't come out in the best quality, but even through those 7 pixels, I will say this is not the best eye look she's ever done.
Thirsty.
It's like diabetes raging.
So today,
yes,
I have some delicious food. Oh my gosh. Wait till you guys see this.
Got a feeling it's going to be slop.
I have some delicious food. Let's unpack it.
Okay.
We got napkins.
Yep.
These are cookies.
Okay, 2 cookies. By the way, I realize I haven't been watching everything, but wasn't the whole point like no fast food? She did a Burger King as well, so apparently she's given up on that completely. We're not even arguing anymore. Oh, this is restaurant made, but it's not unhealthy food. I'm avoiding junk like burger and fries because we've gone beyond that. She's lost it.
Ranch.
2 cookies and 2 ranches. I'm betting she's ordered 2 meals. Yes.
I'm just craving water, guys, because
Because she's got all this in front of her for anything else.
No. Alright, so let's unpack this.
Okay.
Be right back. Okay, so this we have here is I don't even know what this is. This is their...
You ordered it! What do you mean you don't know? It's fries
Philly
and...
cheesesteak fries. It has like mushrooms. It looks like chicken, but...
I was going to say, it doesn't look like steak. Those black things look like onions. The meat looks lighter.
It might be steak, I don't know.
She doesn't know. It's a good first start.
Anyways, some kind of Philly cheesesteak fries.
Okay.
And some barbecue wings. I was craving like wings so bad.
Okay.
But I'm also craving this like chocolate chip cookie. Let's put the ranch here.
She wants sugar and fat.
I have to put it here, I guess.
You know, they had the option of setting this up beforehand.
I'm craving
so you
a
know.
cookie like so bad.
I'm going to cut it. But in a second, she goes, I'm craving a cookie so bad, and she opens up and shows us. Yeah, you're going to see that. My stomach's been a bit loud today. It's been rumbling quite a lot, and I haven't had dinner yet because I went and saw my friend. So, and it's currently like 9:05. I might just skip it. But she showed the cookie, and even, I didn't really care, but my stomach rumbled so loudly. I was like, I can't leave that in. My body had ideas.
Bad. Yum.
There you go.
Let's try it. Eat your dessert first. You're an adult.
I mean, in theory, yeah. I'm not against eating dessert first. I'm like, you do what you want to do. She's going to consume it all anyway.
Oh my gosh, it's so soft. So these are Belgian chocolate chip cookies. Baby bite.
Her jaw's clicking. Yeah, she should have said that before. I suppose technically she hadn't swallowed.
Got too excited.
God, she's straightened.
Mmm.
It looks like a shawarma topping.
Let's pour the ranch on the fries, whatever. Let's pour some.
Yeah. It's not like it's going to have any kind of distinct flavour, let's face it. You may as well ranch it. Why is her ranch green? Is that just the colour filter on the camera? Oh, actually maybe it is because green cancels out redness, right? Oh, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
That is a big bite. Straight in.
Mmm.
Hold on, she needs to look at me again. I want to see the colour of her eyes.
That is bomb.com. Remember that? When people used to say that?
Her filter's up, but her eyes aren't silver today, so...
I think chicken.
You seriously, if you can't tell by eating it, you might have one too many things on there.
Fried onions. Seasoned fries.
What are the black things? Are those the mushrooms?
It's good.
Probably. Those look so
Barbecue wings.
greasy. Straight in. Go on. Suck it dry. Oh. That's an audio clip that could be misconstrued. My apologies.
They're so soft. Oh my gosh.
Foodie, you got a little... There's a little thing right there. Foodie?
They literally just fall apart.
Yeah. Darling, you've got...
Wow.
Right there. Right there. Oh. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Oh, God.
So, I want to talk to you guys.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to talk to us that badly. Oh, she painted her nails again.
I do
I wish I could have noticed that without us sticking them in her face, but there we are.
lick my fingers.
Yes, you do. You don't wash your fingers, but you lick them.
I want to apologize to you guys, but to Beezers. But
Why the emoji?
I know from my true supporters that they wouldn't even require an apology because they
Oh, that's a little bit of manipulation right there. If you're a true supporter, then you won't call me out in the comments because you must be unconditional. So even though I've been a bit of a dick about this, you need to accept it because otherwise you're not a true supporter.
understand, I'm sure. But if you were upset
If you weren't a true Beezer, but you were there.
last night that I ended my stream I was being stream sniped. Mm-hmm. You know, I am sorry for that because
Think of a reason. Go on.
I should have just let the show go on because
Yeah, you should have. Quite simply because stopping gave an equal amount of entertainment to the people watching you that aren't your Beezers, I mean, but ensured that you did not benefit from it, nor did the people who actually wanted to view you. So you literally shot yourself in the foot there. And frankly, your feet are already at risk. You can't afford to do that.
that group of people are not going to watch me on my channel anyway.
I mean, I'm not really the type of hater she's talking about, although I'm sure she'd consider me just the same. If it's not a really long live that I've just gotten a clip show of, because sometimes if it's that long, I just won't watch the full thing. If it's something like this, which is a manageable video, I will give her the view, because I think it's fair. If I'm making money on my commentary, then she as the primary source gets to have my view. It's an exchange.
Which is fine.
So fine that she is literally wolfing down these 2 meals while absolving herself of responsibility during her apology. It's really fine. Just like it was absolutely fine when she stopped recording to begin with. Oh, she's stream sniping? Okay. No, I'm just going to turn it off. Yeah, no, I'm just going to turn it off. No, I haven't raised my voice, so I'm definitely not mad. I'm completely in control of my emotions as I quit the internet because someone is doing something. She's going to lose either a finger or a tooth. Ooh, a finger, maybe.
And the more I think about it, the more I don't want people like that hanging out with us anyway.
You can't sit here. My darling, I was under the impression that the problem was that they were watching you without hanging out. Wasn't that the whole deal? Wasn't that why you quit in the first place? Or are you doing the much more likely, which is you feel stupid, just like when she rants on community and then deletes it. She feels stupid because she did a thing and then has to come and find a way to walk it back. But because her own sense of narcissism doesn't allow her to take the blame for that, there's no consequences to her own actions. It has to be someone else's fault. So she's trying to think of a viable reason to bring this back. I don't get why people who hate me so much would want to watch me anywhere anyway, but oh well. Well, apparently there's a community for it. I'm sure you wouldn't be aware because you don't watch reaction channels. What Chantal has never been able to fully, not necessarily process, but admit to and allow for is that even when people are using her content, that their content, their reaction to the content, might be valuable to their own audience. And not every reactor is for every person. That's why there are so many reactors in the space. People find whatever they're drawn to. But when it comes to reactions, we are what bring the interest to whatever audience we happen to have. Otherwise, they go to a different reactor. You are entirely to blame for poisoning your own well.
Like I say, quality over quantity, because...
Will quality be entering the chat anytime soon? I'll set the alarm.
It's just a hate mob. It's just people who are very hateful and are just hate watching.
I'm sure it would be easier for her to believe that. And maybe, were I in her position, were I surrounded by an incredibly negative community, despite my attempts to maintain my hug box, maybe I'd think the same way. Maybe if I were her, I wouldn't want to deal with so much coming from all sides in terms of truth, because she's not ready to deal with any of her truths. And she's not known for a tolerance of hearing about them. So it's easier if everyone is a hate mob, then nobody can have a good point.
So that I don't get views, I don't make money, whatever.
Whatever. I'm definitely not mad at that.
And again, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah, seems fine. Shove it in. You got a little...
So...
Almost.
When I go live from now on, I'm just going to let the show go on.
Yeah. How many years on YouTube? How many rage quits? How many community posts explaining that she realises she shouldn't give people attention? How is No Rage 2025 going for you?
And those who want to be there to support me and watch me will do so. Mm-hmm. And those who don't, won't.
Yeah. That is generally how it works. Have you finally figured it out? And by the way, like I said, I give her a view. Do I support her? No, I don't. I don't support the things she does. Would I like to see her make big changes in her life, and they would need to be big changes? Yes. Do I think she'll ever do it? No. But even though her content has been on quite the boring streak, she is generally an interesting case study, which means I can have things to say that interest me, that I share with you guys, so I can watch without supporting her. I can practically hear the hamster in her brain trying to fire up the wheel. She's one short now, Howie's gone.
They're so soft, it's weird.
It's
They're
weird? So okay, yeah, well, you seem to be getting them down well enough. Oh, I framed the tongue. I'd say apologies, but now I've had to see it, so do you.
Because part of the key to be successful in this like New Year's resolution of no raging
She's already failed.
is
Her hand's gonna be so dirty.
not allowing yourself to become affected by any type of hate or negativity.
Yes.
And when you truly just let things be and just focus on your life, you just don't have that desire to rage anyways, because you're not letting people affect you.
Yeah, but also, no one said anything to you. You got angry because people were sniping. And yes, it is emotional control of all kinds. You don't have to be raising your voice to be acting in this way. Because I'm sure she thinks it doesn't count as a rage if I didn't scream. She lost emotional control on a pretty quick trigger and just shut it down. That is a tantrum. It's not a loud tantrum. It's not a screaming tantrum. We have seen some tantrums on screen, but it is a tantrum.
In an emotional way, whether it be anger, whatever, you know?
Emotional control, yes.
So that's it. That's fine.
That's it. We're only 10 minutes in. She keeps saying that's fine, and every time she says it, it seems less fine. Keep saying it till it's true. That's how she works.
If I have 300 people, I appreciate you guys.
Well, then you really should have appreciated them in the moment, shouldn't you? Because the thing is, having 300 people in your chat is great. It's also her only source of income. Oh, speaking of, another thing, somebody messaged the perfume company that Salah claims to be a part of, and they messaged back being like, he doesn't work here, please don't message us about him anymore. So whatever Salah might be working at, if he's working, given that he's available for chat at all hours of the day, doesn't seem to be that. But anyway, back to Foodie and her 300 people. She literally said to people, well, I'm not going to stream and entertain you guys for 300, where she's getting 4 times as much. So for the 300 people that actually turned up to watch her, who weren't stream sniping, some of which were paying to be in her chat, screw you guys, because there's somebody else who can get a bigger audience than me. That does not show appreciation.
I feel blessed for what God has given me. He's given me my visors, and I feel blessed.
Then act like it, because you seemed really childish and really ungrateful. And actions to me speak louder than words.
Like I said, I wouldn't want people, especially trying to be more positive and everything. I wouldn't want people like that, you know, like, I remember, like, checking a long time ago.
Definitely a long time ago. Definitely. Because she definitely doesn't watch reactors now.
Sometimes, like, those chats, you know, and they would just be, like, almost in, like, a trance, like, just, like, throwing so much hate and, like, just, like, really wanting misery for me and my downfall, and it's just so weird. And
I don't think it's weird. I think it's very involved. I have occasionally looked at her like comments or whatever before she's deleted them or moderated them or whatever and just been like, wow, this is wild. Because people get very, very emotionally invested in telling her what they think of her. But if you do know any of her history, and if you don't, there are documentaries out there, with some of the things she has done on screen, she has more than earned her reputation. And surprise, surprise, people being online giving their opinion doesn't tend to make their opinion less extreme. So would I call that amount of hatred healthy? Not always. Has she done things to warrant an extreme response? Sometimes, yeah. She's got quite the history on her channel, as much as she tries to hide it. And oh yeah, just recently you had another pet incident where your pet hamster died. You showed its body on screen and buried it in a shallow grave on a beach. You know, these things tend to trigger people. Even if you'd done nothing else, these things tend to trigger people.
I'm really distancing myself from people like that.
Distancing so hard you're in chats? Distancing so hard that you are quitting lives at the thought of someone else being live at the same time? Doesn't seem like you are distant. You might want to take a few more steps back.
And when I had a drama
When? Long ago
in
I
my
had
life.
drama.
I had like 2,500, 3,000, sometimes 5,000 people in my chat. But I wouldn't trade the peace of mind I have now for...
Show me this peace of mind. Please give me examples within your life. Because less than 24 hours ago, you rage quit alive because someone was doing a thing. That is not peace of mind. That is you being very triggered by everything around you.
For any of that, you know? Stay over there, it's good. I don't mind.
I'm so glad we've got your permission. Thank you so much. Because, you know, if I thought you minded, I might have stopped.
You know?
It's such an empty threat, like genuinely, because here's the thing, she's disappeared for a little bit before when she's tried to hide visa hops or she's done other things. She just rage quit for a day or two. The community has the ability to outlast her. If she did disappear permanently, would the community move on? Yes. But in the vast array of content she has put out over years, it would last a little bit because Foodie, unless she's unable for whatever reason, will always come back because she doesn't have a social circle. She doesn't have an outlet that isn't the internet. You think her and Salah are having deep and meaningful, fulfilling conversations? I don't. Her anger is only worth something to her if she feels like she's dropping the mic. It needs to have an impact on other people because that is the satisfaction for her. So if she goes offline and deals with it privately the way she claims to want to, because look, you can't bother me haters, no rage 2025, then it just isn't as satisfying. She doesn't get the chance to see how you reacted because she's hoping that everyone is as thin-skinned as she is. Now, unfortunately for her, she doesn't always get the response she's looking for because she always thinks she's the smartest in the room and doesn't check things very well. And therefore, people tend to get the better of her across the community. But she can't just leave that hanging. She has to know what impact she's had. Because maybe one day her feelings will matter to the community. But she is looking for that in the wrong place. Because even if she had a more normal, dare I say, supportive community, the internet isn't the place to validate yourself.
And if people want to get mad over me eating pancakes or how my skin looks...
We're not the ones mad here. Your skin, by the way, we will get into it in a second.
Or whatever is triggering people nowadays.
I notice, wouldn't say I'm triggered, but I notice. And the thing is though, if she didn't care, I wouldn't care, you know? But the fact is, she goes on like this, but then she'll hide her face under like level 100 filters. In that Howie video, I'm gonna see if I can get a still because I don't want to show it. There was a shot of her on the beach and I remember thinking, oh, because we could actually see some texture in her skin. It seemed to be quite thick makeup on top of it, but it wasn't smoothed out the way it is here. Because I remember thinking, I wonder what device she's on, because she didn't have redness, which she does have in real life, but you could see that the skin smoothing wasn't working as well. And it might just have been the bright light outside, casting her in slightly harsher relief. But then she got into the car and she put the setting on and it just smoothed her out like plasticine. I will try and find the pictures. But back to the point. Her skin doesn't trigger me, but I look at it and I think it's so easy to do something about this. It's not easy to fix all her problems, it's just not. But it's so easy to take a step to find out what she could do, food notwithstanding. It's so, maybe easy is the wrong word, it's so accessible to her. I don't understand why she doesn't do it. Because clearly it bothers her, otherwise we wouldn't be under all the filters.
That's fine. Like, it's not my problem how other people act. But me, that's my responsibility, how I respond.
Yeah.
And I fully acknowledge that I've fed into a lot of negativity over my YouTube career.
Oh, yes, you have.
Oh, yes.
And when you say fed into, yes, you did feed into it. You were also the source of it for a lot.
But that time has come to an end.
No Rage 2025, how's it going? Has this come to an end the same way the fast food had come to an end? The same way the health arc was going to begin? Please, Foodie, elaborate.
I have to.
Yeah, well, a lot of things have to happen, but they don't just spontaneously do so. It requires action on your part. But you just keep repeating the same things. You want a rough truth? Nothing has to change.
I don't wish ill will on anybody.
She wishes ill will on everybody. It's different.
I wish everyone the best on this platform, no matter how much you hate me.
The hell she does. Less than 24 hours ago, she switched off. And again, I don't have enough emotional weight for Chantal within me to say I hate her. I would say I hate her choices sometimes. I would say some of her actions, I'm just like, Jesus, really? She's a frustrating person, and she does hateful things. But hating her as a person, I react to her, but she's not a big enough figure in my life.
But I do appreciate you guys who support me.
Yeah, so much I wouldn't do a stream for you. So I was jealous of other people's numbers. Numbers that she has said time and time again she doesn't care about. So I don't care about numbers, I'm just not going to entertain you. Again, with the tongue, God, I'm having a day of it today. I apologise.
I really do. So to you guys, I'm sorry that I ruined the fun last night.
I mean, fun might be stretching it a bit far, but yes, you made a choice.
I will make it up to you. When I go live, we'll have a fun bees or something.
Or something.
Probably just hanging out, but we always just hang out and have fun.
Super fun bees.
So
maybe there'll be some crazy frog. Maybe there won't be. Her and Salah don't seem too good these days.
I don't know, we'll see.
God, I realised the tongue again. Why am I doing this to myself, let alone you? Why? What I was going to say, as I don't look at a screenshot, was I realised that wings are messy, but how does she deal with the excess of sauce she gets all over her face? The freeze frame.
Like I said, those people are not going to support me anyways, so whatever. But I'm actually so grateful. And I know you're probably sick of hearing it, but
I'd be less sick of it if it were true. If she showed any form of gratitude for anything she's ever had in her life, if she weren't just all talk. But as ever, she's a day late and dollar short. Jesus Christ. I'm going to cut out most of the silence, but when I tell you she is getting every morsel off of these wings.
I feel like I kind of acted in an ungrateful manner.
You did.
But it's not that I wasn't grateful.
It was very much that you weren't grateful. Weren't grateful and no emotional control. She just licked the palm of her hand. I need that on record.
At all. I was just like...
You were just like, 300 people aren't worth it. Yeah, walk that back. Go on. I mean, to be fair, the beezers who actually paid to be there have swallowed more. So you could probably do this.
It gets... I guess it got discouraging a bit for somebody who makes 3 times the amount of views you do on your own content and using it in a negative way.
Generally, it is quite negative, but to be precise, she is making the views on her reaction to your content. Otherwise, she would just be a clip show.
When you're just trying to be a different person, trying to have fun, trying to grow, trying to move on, and people are constantly trying to drag you down, but...
She wasn't there. She wasn't in your chat. She wasn't doing anything that you haven't been dealing with for years. So why, a few days into your resolution, why was it the line? Why did you quit yesterday? Because you were angry.
I'm good now. I'm okay. And
generally a day later and food in your mouth she is.
It's not surprising that there's 3 times the amount, because honestly, people flock to where there's misery and negativity and drama. Drama is very popular, you know.
Oh, give me some more hot take, Chantal. Because if everyone except me is miserable, except me and my select beezers are miserable, then I never have to change.
And there's nothing I can do about that.
You could be a different kind of person, but I don't necessarily think you're capable, to be fair.
So, instead of, punishing my faithful viewers.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a good thought to have had yesterday. But by the way, there are things you can do. Instead of mouthing that you want to change, you could take steps to show you're changing, and you could actually make some progress with your life, and you could completely, in that moment, change the focus of your channel. People wouldn't believe it for a long time, but it can be done. But I don't think she has a redemption arc in her.
I will just keep trying to entertain you guys
You might need to
as
try
much as I
harder.
can. Those wings were so tender and delicious. Very little fat.
Oh, get lost. Look, if you can, I'll maybe try and make it a bit bigger, at the grease and the barbecue sauce swimming in the bottom of there. They are chicken wings. We have seen the grease on your fingers and mouth. Very little fat. That's not what wings are designed for.
So that's basically what I wanted to say to you guys.
I mean, she did at least have a topic of conversation to go with this meal, I suppose.
I'm extremely grateful for you. Just know that.
Until any of you do anything I don't like. Or anyone else that's not with you does anything I don't like, and then I'll take it out on you.
This food is so good, can you tell?
I genuinely can't. Nothing you are doing makes me think it's pleasant.
They banned TikTok for the US, which I completely disagree with, but
I saw that had gone through. I feel like Trump might end up just overturning it, but it's kind of... I know people have never believed it would actually happen, but it's been in the wind for a while, so you would have thought creators would try building other platforms as it was becoming less and less certain, but I do realise that not everybody is able to build platforms elsewhere, able to get their audience to move over. I mean, Foodie's tried it herself and failed miserably.
I think it's too bad that, so many are losing their livelihood overnight.
And that is a true thing. There are a lot of people who depend on social media for their livelihood, which is why I'm saying build other platforms. Because while you can, I'm assuming, access TikTok with a VPN, I'm guessing if it's banned in America, then the creator program that pays them would no longer pay them. So it's not always just about accessing the program.
Deeply empathize, because if that happened to me with YouTube,
That did happen to you with YouTube.
I would be sad.
You weren't sad, you were desperate. You were hustling to try and open other platforms and then panicking because people weren't following you. And then you were trying to put things behind paywalls and it wasn't working. You were going back and forth between realizing that not enough people were willing to pay you to be able to run your channel because you depend entirely on the chat to give you talking points, and raging that people were getting it from behind the paywall and so you weren't making the money you felt you deserved, which has been an ongoing theme up until right now.
I mean, obviously, I would live money-wise.
Would she though? Because again, it appears, obviously I'm not there, that Salah doesn't have his perfume job anymore. And we don't know what he's doing now, but we know he seems to have a lot of free time. And we know that she has a lot of debt in Canada. So yes, she could stay in Kuwait and run away from that debt for an amount of time. But if she had zero money coming through, how long could Salah support her? And how long would he be willing to?
I would miss you guys. I would miss this form of socialization with you. I don't really socialize with real people a lot.
Yeah, we're aware. But getting all of your socialization from the internet is not necessarily a good thing for you to do. There were pros and cons to lockdown, but we all got very isolated. And Foodie isn't particularly known for her ability to function normally in a crowd.
And I love hanging out with you guys. I love this little circle I've built over the years. So I can't imagine a lot of people have the same view. Hi, baby!
Cat deflection?
So,
oh my god.
I've seen people worried about what they're going to do, how they're going to make ends meet, and it's just, having to scramble and be creative on how to make money right away on another platform. It's really stressful. And
I'm assuming they'd be able to move over to YouTube Shorts, but I don't know how the money compares in the platforms. I'm guessing there's going to be a spike there. I know there was talk about them all downloading Red Note and what have you. But the real thing here is, how do they get paid for this? But it takes time to be verified onto the platform. It takes time to become monetized. And if you've got bills to pay, it's hard.
I really, really feel for those people. But something tells me, I don't know. I think things will change. That's just a feeling I have.
I feel like it would be an easy win for Trump, just as a boost of, look at something good I did for you that he wouldn't particularly care about, to be able to say, hey, I'll bring back TikTok. But I will say I have not researched it particularly, so I don't know the nuances of the situation.
I think that it will be back.
Not that I think Trump particularly works in nuance.
Hang in there if you guys are affected by that.
You know, if it all goes south, you can find a romance scam online and move to Kuwait. It's always an option. It's very viable.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's it for this video. I thank you for watching this video for sure.
You're welcome.
And I hope... I'm so bad at closing videos. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Okay, and there we have it. So I think that's most of the things we've mentioned that were worth mentioning over the last week or so. I need her to have like a proper era again. Like Kuwait arc is stale, but I need something to happen, like a sustained something. Yeah? Anyway, we'll see how this goes and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.